going on? Is it because we have to stay a long time due to the pandemic?
Yeah, staying at home is such a disaster.
Alright guys, go back to your seats, class is about to start.
Good morning, Mr. Elvis.
Morning guys, since it is our first day of school and we haven't seen each other for such a long time, aren't you guys excited to get back to school? Oh, Winnie, I heard something happened to your family. Are you alright?
Not really. My mom was diagnosed with depression, and my father's company was forced to shut down due to the COVID-19.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you. How about you, Jonathan?
Pretty well. I stick to an exercise routine like playing Switch Ring-Call, and I even reached to level 300 when staying at home. Also, I do some easy workout to keep in shape because I couldn't go out and I ate tons of junk food every day.
Well done. As we all know that, COVID has changed our life in many different ways. So today we're going to talk about how to stay resilient throughout the pandemic. And the depression rate has increased from 10 to 25% due to a lot of factors. Some of you guys seem to be more than happy nowadays. Frankly, it is a phenomenon among teenagers. So what are the trials that many students are facing right now?
Everything I found out that my family's economic status was in a bad situation, but I couldn't do anything to support them. I started to feel disconsolate.
That's right, feeling impotent can make teenagers depressed. But emotions are just a part of the person. The way you feel anxious and depressed, there are others that feel the same. Remember, you are not alone in this situation. So, don't be afraid to tell others that you are depressed. I believe that once you seek for help, the whole world will try their best to assist you. Apart from these, are there any factors that cause depression?
I think economic decline, self-isolation, feeling stressed about the current situation will also affect people's mental health and even make the situation worse.
These people become more secluded than before, just like my mom. They were afraid of physical contact, which prevented her from confiding her worries to others. Her emotion affected the families around her, and made us all unhappy. The situation got worse and worse, and eventually led to depression.
Can you be more specific? Like, what are the consequences that stay at home have brought?
I know. Domestic violence.
Or worse, committing suicide?
Is it because those victims have to stay under the same roof with abuser that makes them much harder for seek for help?
Well, let's just say living under an oppressive life may lead to all kinds of consequences. Besides, according to BBC, if you're a homosexual, but something awkward is that both of your parents are homophobic, and this is not the only case. In Asia, students like you are told to be obedient, even though you do have your own opinion, but you couldn't really express them out. No one can live such under a lot of pressures, and you have to conceal the truth about yourself.
So, how can we cope with depression?
Well, a good laugh can boost our mood and even shore up our immune system.
Ha 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 ha! Oh, it works!
I feel much better right now.
Very good. Back to our topic. Can you share their countermeasures when facing depression?
For me, personally, I always keep in touch with my family and friends. Even though I couldn't meet them in person, I will share something that throughout my day to them.
Yeah, sticking to anyone that is close to you is like one of the most fundamental solutions that everyone can take. Anything else?
I think one reason that caused depression is the unknown to the pandemic.
You mean on social media, people normally exaggerate the pandemic that would definitely heighten people's panic.
So, double check the source of information and look up to the credential websites such as CDC and move your attention to other aspects in your life. Like me, I keep a hobby of reading novels and often share them with my friends and teachers at school.
Perhaps we can write down or think about some trivial things that make us feel grateful during the day. Day by day, we will slowly do more little things that make people feel grateful. And when we receive that appreciation, we will feel happier.
One suggestion is that try to make your life back to the original track. You still wake up every day at the same time, dress well, and greet every day with an optimistic attitude. Also, do not plan an overwhelming schedule. This will even make you more intense. Class is over. We will continue this discussion next class. I know that overcoming depression is definitely a hard task, but the tips that we cover in today's class are worthy. I believe that once you find yourself are adept at using those tips, you will soon be able to stay resilient throughout the pandemic. So share your thought with your classmate during next class.
Sure thing. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. See